Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyaye sifunde iy'ncwadi ebhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese siza la sokhuluma ngazo le ndaba esesiyifundile sixoxela laba phela abasuke bengenaso isikhathi sokuyifunda iy'ncwadi nalaba futhi abasuke benqena nje ukufunda. Siyaphinda futhi sibuka ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sizokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama-reviews nama-recaps bese siphinda futhi sikhuluma any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lama-show sesiwabukile kwi-TV. Namhlanje ngifuna ukwenza like a short video before ngenze i-full review ye-Real Housewives of Durban. Those who have seen episode, we are on episode 5 now. Kune-scene la ngifuna ukukhuluma ngayo eyenzekile phakathi kukaMakhumalo benoNonku. Listen guys, we've been looking forward to see ukuthi noMakhumalo ulokhuza ujoyina kanjani Real Housewives of Durban, and how does she get along with the other wives. And I think manje usethole opportunity ke ukuthi akhe ubudlelwane with the other women, so we just want to see ukuthi how did it go. So today they went out. Angibabonanga bedla, so it looked like they had gone out for coffee. uNonku noMakhumalo, you all know that when it comes to fashion, uMakhumalo always shows up. She always does, and uNonku nice. She was looking nice in that white suit. I think maybe bahle nje both. So honestly, mangibona ukuthi that choice was made ukuthi bamit. Apparently uNonku who called Makhumalo to sit down, bakhulume and get to know each other. Angazi noma uNonku, I'm hoping ukuthi i-intention kaNonku was ukuthi akhe i-friendship noMakhumalo, but from what she said, it sounds like because of impilo kaMakhumalo being esithenjini, uNonku is more curious about impilo kaMakhumalo, and from a conversation yabo as well, it looked like ube curious to know more about impilo kaMakhumalo, being one of the wives about 4 bakamseleko. Kodwa I'm hoping ukuthi kube nelokhuza kube ne-friendship maybe that they built, if not kube ne-alliance that they built. I think both the women, uNonku kanye naye ulokhuzana uMakhumalo, they need somebody that they can call a friend, or somebody that ongaba i-alliance yabo when it comes to Real Housewives of Durban. Here's the reasons why. uNonku, even though she's been on Real Housewives of Durban since season 1, out of all of the women, amukho umuntu who can say ukuthi uNonku is my friend, or I am Nonku's friend. I think a lot of the women, a lot of the times, are irritated by uNonku. I think that sometimes when she builds friendships, ufika awakhe ama-friendships akhe, but then at some point bese show something wrong. I think really i-enemy kaNonku is her mouth, because a lot of the times vele asho izinto that irritates the other women, and it ends up being like, how I thought we were building a friendship, and why would she say that? So honestly, out of all of the women, no, but there's no one that I can say really is Nonku's friend. And I think that's the reason also she always feels the need to bring her mother, because she always feels like she needs somebody that will be there for her and defend her. So I think if she's going to build a friendship with Makhumalo, it might really be a good idea for her to do that, because she needs a friend. She needs a friend. And Makhumalo doesn't sound like somebody that will say she's your friend when she's not your friend. So maybe it's a good idea. It's a good step for Nonku to take. On Makhumalo's side, obviously she's new to the group. And so far, we can't even say Sorisha is her friend, because even with Sorisha, she has just met her. So, and we already know that there's that thing going on with her with Nula Tonko, and we haven't seen her with Ulondo, we haven't seen her with Ujojo, we haven't seen her with Ulondo, so we don't know if she's going to get along with the other women. So I felt like it was a good step for them to just meet and see if they get along, if they can form maybe a friendship, if not some kind of an alliance, because this is Real Housewives, guys. For the most part, friendships are not really real. Friendships are formed for the purpose of serving each show. So I really do like that. I do think when they were sitting down, because she was curious about impilo kaMakhumalo, conversation yabo, she took a conversation more to its table. Kodwa nakhona ngimblame, guys. Listen, if umeet someone osesithenjini, we're all curious ukuthi how does it work, you know, ubona nini umyeni wakho, ulala nini kwakho, do you call her your husband or our husband? These are all of the things that thina esingekho esithenjini are curious about. And I think uNonku really was doing us justice in asking the questions that we would like to know ukuthi abantu abasesithenjini honestly bazitreat-a kanjani lezi zinto lezi uma besesithenjini. So I liked her question, but I don't know if lama questions laba were conducive to building a friendship with somebody. It didn't look like Makhumalo took it personally, even though there were moments where she felt like she was asking too many questions, but she still answered my questions. She tried as well uMakhumalo ukuthi conversation ayiphendule to be about uNonku, because she did ask about uNonku and her being in the relationship and the reasons why she's not in a relationship. I do feel like there's a potential for a friendship between Makhumalo beno Nonku. I worry because uNonku sometimes uNonku she's in a wrong, and I feel like sometimes I feel like it's a matter of time before she says something that is going to offend Makhumalo, and then it might be the end of the friendship. But I'm very hopeful about this relationship because both the women need that support. Guys, it wasn't an easy episode for Makhumalo, episode 5, but we'll talk about it in the full review. It wasn't an easy episode. Part of me really felt for her because I've been in spaces where you feel like, okay, I'm with really nice people and it's a good environment, but this is not me. You know, when you're in those spaces, like, this is not me. There's nothing wrong with the people that I'm with, but this is not me. This is not my space. I almost felt like it was like that for Makhumalo. It's part of the reason why I feel like she needs a friend, like a real friend. So I'm hoping that Unonku can be there for her. And I hope also when the time comes when Nonku says something wrong, because Nonku will say something wrong, not intending to offend anybody. Sometimes she doesn't intend to offend somebody, but sometimes she does offend people. I hope also Makhumalo is able to not take it personal. I'm looking forward to see where does this friendship go. And I hope now they see it as them building a friendship, that they were not just there because it was just a scene that they were supposed to shoot. I hope they work on that friendship. But for both the women, I hope they recognize that when it comes to the show, both of them do need somebody that they can call a friend. That friend that is going to have your back. Because even at the reunion, guys, you need somebody that is going to have your back, because it really gets tense when they get to the reunion and they are confronted with things that they said and did during the season. Guys, I will see you later when I do the full review of the episode 5, Real Housewives of Devon season 2. There's a lot of other things that happened in this episode that I'll be talking about throughout the weekend. But for this video, this is the end of it. Please like the video before you uphume kuyona and share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Tanda.